It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And our focus is on George Pickens. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Steelers and the Chargers next on Madden NFL 24.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store. As it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried.
First Mike. All right. I don't know.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
So they had the ball.
They, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side,
they already got the 6,000 yards.
But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Still fighting. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage there on the scramble.
Just some of that on.
Back to throw. Gibson, flush to his right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Finds Pickens out right.
Flag.
Out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Looking to throw. Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Their entire offense has been centered on him, and he's been carrying the load with ease. 100 yards rushing in a game for a quarterback is rare. In a single half, darn near a masterpiece.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. How about that? Their quarterback with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. He told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did, yeah. Right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder, what's left to come? Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
He had the touchdown run on the last drive, his second of this first half, as his guys start here with a 1st and 10. Off play action. Gibson eluding the pressure right. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. And never mind worrying about him throwing the football. He's got 3 first-half touchdowns on the ground. Throwing to start the drive. Gibson. And the catch made by Johnson. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30.
What happened, babe?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. He'll buy some time right. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. Powering his way forward. Wrap up. Still moving. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers add 6 to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
He had another touchdown run the last time they had it, his 4th of the game. He's been unstoppable as they start again here with a first down. Throwing to start the drive. Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
I need a smoke.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
All right, here we go.
He has been virtually unstoppable in this game. It seems like every drive has ended with him scoring with his legs, including the last time they had it. We'll see if he can continue that trend here as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Browns who were winners in that one at home. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we take the trip across Lake Erie to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the win, as his guys up their mark to 11-4 now with 1 game to play.
All right.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Throwing on first down, Gibson completes this one to Pickens. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
No, okay.
23 yards on the play.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw.
Johnson at door 2. Johnson.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 35.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
Yeah, well, I'm about to go to Super Bowl.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Looking to throw. Gibson. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Step, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down.
I don't get cocky on this field. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't.
He didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
So I could say that in real life.
He capped off that last drive himself, had the touchdown run.
Last person who could do that was Ben Roethlisberger. We miss you, Big Ben.
Following the fumble recovery, Gibson.
One of the best quarterback of all time, Big Ben.
It's their quarterback, 29 yards.
Too bad I can't replace him and dude like that. But my fucking kneecap.
Partner, are you kidding me? that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football
Oh, they made it
from all the
close with
touchdowns
a
scored
fucking
today,
didn't get
does he
the
need to build a new trophy
injury.
room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll
Here's a clue.
guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping.
Back in 2020, I played for Notre Dame, but don't care.
And the Steelers set to take the field. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Dude, you almost sound like New Jersey almost.
On 1st and 10, Gibson escaping the pressure right. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line.
This announcer almost sound like New Jersey.
Johnson with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.
Nice. But he's like, hey, what you gonna do? How you gonna do that play? I'm like, that sound like New Jersey.
It might be. You never know.
But then he talked normal after that.
Of course. That's how you roll.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Fuck.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. And, Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0. Looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench, just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation here, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the...
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Their mobile quarterback, 45 yards. And the Steelers start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. But Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
And now out come the Steelers.
Okay, that can't be copyrighted because she's singing it. My wife is.
What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. Throwing to start the drive, Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Back to throw. Gibson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
I have Ken beside my feet.
No place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he can't find the receiver, and he's brought down.
Joey Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Pittsburgh.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now here's another carry for Harris. Shred, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They have that feeling that has to be the best. You just go out and complete control of this game here for hopefully one final possession.
And it's a culmination of preparation that began with something along the lines from the head coach of, we're going to win this weekend, and here's how we're going to get it done. And covered all the details that went into it. They practiced them. They went over them. They tweaked the game plan as the week went on. And to find it all coming together and see it finish this way.
Makes them happy.
Oh, that's satisfying for them.
Yeah, they were very, very good now the last stages of this one. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try the right side with Harris. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Line of scrimmage.
I always wanted that. See the timeout.
This is Harris. Breaks a tackle. And he'll get this one up to about
That's it.
39 here.
Yeah, 1.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game
9
was over a
touchdowns,
long time
7
ago.
complete.
And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second.
Wait, hold on.
Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
That's the 1.
So for the
Yeah, for the Steelers, blah, 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 they'd be going into next week.
Who's up for some victory tacos? I'm always ready.